Hey guys, Coach Michelle, Michelle Vasquez Fitness. Are you an emotional eater? Raise your hand. Be honest. Let's hear it. Are you an emotional eater? Do you know what emotional eating is? You ever find yourself maybe having a really stressful day, or you're stuffing your emotions down, you're upset, you're stressed, something's going on, and you start reaching for snacks? Has that ever happened to you? Well, if that's something that you normally do, you may be an emotional eater. And some people think it's crazy, but it's a real thing. And it could be a reaction to stress, your way of dealing with stress, uncomfortable emotions, depression even. So it is definitely something that a lot of people deal with. So nothing to be ashamed of. And you can learn how to deal with it and develop a healthier relationship with food and learn how to deal with your emotions better as well. But do you know the difference between being physically hungry and emotional eating? So let's go over a few of them. So physical hunger is you realize you need to eat. Of course, we need to eat to fuel our bodies, but you stop eating when you're full. You make a choice and you're aware of what you're choosing. You know, you'll be more apt to choose like a healthier meal because you're thinking clearly about it. Your physical hunger occurs out of the physical need you have to eat. It's patient. You know when you're hungry, you can wait until you get to where you're going, or you can wait until dinner's ready, or it is patient. You know in your mind you totally will not die if you don't eat within the next 5 seconds. Like, you know in your head you can wait based on your stomach. Your stomach, you're hungry, you need food, it's time, your body tells you. And you're open to different foods. You're not just like really wanting this one, like sweets or starchy carbs or chips and junk food. And it's gradual. It doesn't hit you all of a sudden. You're not just all of a sudden like within 5 seconds you're starving to death and you're going to die if you don't eat those salt and vinegar chips like right now. But emotional eating, emotional hunger is sudden and it's food specific. So it's like something that your brain is telling you, in your mind you're saying that you're craving something and that you have to have it. And it's above the neck. It's not your stomach, it's not your body, it's up here. So whatever emotions that you're trying to suppress and trying to avoid, you're dealing with it that way. It's paired with upsetting emotions. Involves automatic or absent-minded eating. So you're just grabbing something. You're not making healthy choices. You're not thinking about what you're doing. You're just going for it because it's not about your body needing fuel. It's about you trying to calm your emotions and not deal with what's going on. You don't stop eating when you're full. And that's a really bad part of it, is that you can really easily overeat when you're emotionally eating. Especially if you're sitting and like snacking in front of your favorite show or something. If you're not using my awesome portion containers and you're just gone hog wild on a bag of marshmallows or some chips, you can very easily, when you're emotionally eating, just eat the whole thing. And then comes the guilt. Because now after you do this, you feel guilty because maybe you were doing really well with your nutrition, maybe you were on point all week and then just something happened and then you just boom, you completely destroyed all your hard work. The guilt kicks in. You were emotionally eating. Instead of dealing with whatever feelings was going on, whatever the situation was, you use food to try and calm that. So those are the differences between physical hunger and emotional. And I mean, it's something you can deal with. You can definitely learn to deal with it and break the cycle, but it will take some work. But I think the first step is to really think about it and be honest with yourself, because I think that's the biggest step that we can do. If you caught some of my previous blogs, get real with yourself, stuff like that I had wrote about before, I really believe that's the number one thing. To start making change, you have to own up to the behaviors that you're doing. So I hope you'll check out my blog. I'm going to post that shortly. Have a good night.